Hey guys, back with another video, and today we're actually going to be back testing the silver bullet. Now we're going to go from about the middle of April into all the way current May, and this is mainly going to be mechanical. I'm going to point out what I can, some insights that I have. However, I didn't look back at price or anything. Like, we're just doing this raw. If I take losses, I take losses. This is simply to show you what I look for on a chart and what my model consists of. So let's get straight into it. So going straight from here, my bias is going to be somewhat bullish, but we're going to be bearish actually initially, because what I'm looking at is, first of all, we had 8:30 news right here, created a data high. So, and I actually saw right here, we have a wickless open. So I would be targeting both sides right here, depending on which side it swept. But in this scenario, because it came up, it took these highs, price is clearly bearish because we're respecting order flow right here. And then these are the main lows that I would be focused on, at least intraday. In terms of like higher time frame, we have these lows. So in a lot of ways, you could have like a double bias right here. But just from what I know, I believe this is manipulation at this with this data high. And then I believe we will distribute lower based on Asia being accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. So I don't go by the standard rules of a silver bullet model where you wait until 10 a.m. I'll enter a little bit before then, about 9:50 to 10:10, the macro. So this is a market structure shift. We're inside of this fair value gap. But to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of how deep it is to our target. If this is our target and we're trying to enter down here, that's not a great entry. So let's go higher. So I actually want to enter about right here, just because we'll aim lower actually, just to get more RR. Just because right here, yeah, down here we're not getting good RR. Up here, we have this potential like breaker order block right here that's forming. So it probably looks better on the lower time frame. Yeah, so right here, that's going to be our entry. Let's go sell there. And then with that entry, we could actually aim for quite a bit less. Remember, we're trying to be mechanical here. We're not trying to like be too crazy. Okay, so right there, we have inverted our inversion. And just to mention, I don't want to get too crazy with this, but I would consider entering a second position, because these lows now become vulnerable that we have this inversion right here. Price should push through this. And there we go. There's our first trade. Let's see what else happens, if there's any other entries. So gets pretty choppy right here overall. Like, there's nothing of crazy substance. That initial push lower though, with this market structure shift, like, that was relatively clean. That's what you want to see at a price. So just see if there's anything else. We might push to that data high right here. But I don't like how much low resistance liquidity we have down there. So yeah, it's kind of risky to enter that initial leg. Okay, let's go to the next day. Okay, so I went way too far. So we have a trending Asia range. So I don't believe price will come back to it right away. We have clear like displacement through all of these sessions. Like price is continuing to make these fair value gaps. So what that tells me is price is going to continue to be bearish, as of now at least. And I'm going to see, I want to stay on the 5 minute. So, okay, we have one more target right here. Let's see if price gives us a chance to enter on that. No, so our target gets hit. Yeah, so there's no, I'm sure if you're on the lower time frame, there could be a good opportunity, but I don't want to skew this. I really want to stay on the higher time frame if I can. So let's see if there is opportunity right here. I just missed it. I believe this is a good entry right here. Targeting these highs. So you have this low resistance liquidity run. We're pushing through some of these fair value gaps in here, these inversions. And this is a power hour. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, okay. So our target is hit. It's overnight. I mean, if you're trading prop firm, you're probably not going to get that exit off, the full exit. But overall, like the bias is pretty clear. We swept out all of this sell side, the daily lows, whatever. And then we're pushing through, we're having a market structure shift through here, and we're trading up to these low resistance highs. Pretty straightforward. Okay, we have a consolidating Asia range right here. Pretty shallow. Okay. I think I went too far again. Okay, so price is already pushing up to some of these targets on the buy side. Right here. That would probably be my main target. That daily new day opening gap. Let's see if there's any other opportunities in here. Okay, we have a really small fair value gap right here, but I do like that we have this order block in here. Propulsion block, if you want to call this order block with the propulsion. Let's see if price retraces to that. Keep kind of a wider stop and then yeah, let's see how that goes. There we go. That was awesome. So we came down and we took like this sell side, and then you have this what's called a nested fair value gap, because it's kind of protecting this area, and then you have a propulsion block, and so that works out just perfectly. We did go kind of like deeper into this time of the day, so what I would do differently is I would just keep lower risk in that scenario, just so you're not, it's a little bit lower probability, but you're also not missing out on the trade. So overall, that was pretty good. Looks like we might have like a market maker sell model right here. Let's see if there's a 5-minute entry. Might have already missed it. Yeah, nothing good right there. Nothing to look forward to. So that's fine. Let's keep it going. Oh, there's a huge open right here. Typically when price opens up like this, like I'm not too crazy about trading it. So if anything, we'll just take a peek, start getting down on these lower time frames. Yeah, this is a pretty nasty price action right here. Because we have like a lot of consolidated price, like I'm not super confident in these fair value gaps in here, because there's a good chance that we come back to some of this other sell side. Yeah. So let's see if we have another opportunity to actually shift gears and target some buy side. Okay, so we had a really nice inversion right here. Let's see if we invert this. Inversion down here. Okay, let's see. That was kind of the entry right there. Okay, let's call that our entry. Again, I didn't hit buy fast enough, so yeah, fortunately price did not push through that. Overall, it was a good attempt. There's a good chance that we push buy side from there. Yeah, so let's go higher time frame again. Okay, lots of buy side right here. Price is making some fair value gaps in here. Fair value gap right here, clearly respected. Have all this buy side. Okay. See if price gives us a entry. Not really anything that I like right there. So I'm gonna skip through, see if some of this lunch session gives us anything before you get a retracement. Yeah, see, this would be my target right here. So it's hard to justify getting short in here. Okay, let's say if price retraces right here, we'll get long for 2-to-1 risk to reward. Nope, target hit. So again, obviously if you're trading the lower time frame, you're going to get more entries, but obviously your sample size is going to be larger, more risk overall. I think today was like a good indication of, or these last couple weeks of like when to use the higher time frame. So right here, it's really bad price action. I'd say going long is the move right here, but we'll try that actually. So we took out this low. We're respecting this fair value gap. Target this actually London high, because it's a little choppier. Okay, go break even. Why? Because once price retraces once, I'm usually looking to go break even once it pushes again, because once we break that following swing high, we should be able to push through. Okay. Yeah, target was right. Execution, all right. Not much you could change there. Now going into the final week of April, we have a Asia and London consolidation. So price is accumulating in here. So we could expect price to probably retrace to these lows. So let's just go into it. Okay, so we take buy side. And then we have this inversion. We also have these other two fair value gaps. However, I'm more interested in the inversion because this fair value gap is too low and this fair value gap is too high in my opinion. So I'm more interested in the inversion. Again, this is the market structure shift. So us closing down below that, retracing, that's our entry. Let's see. Stop at the high and TP down here. So let's let it run. Okay, at that point we could go break even. Okay, there we go, TP hit. Let's go into the next day. Lots of sell side being made. Okay, so Asia session kind of consolidated right here. It left London consolidated. We have a bunch of highs, so I'd be interested in longs right here. The issue I see right here though is we took out this high and then it's kind of nested in this fair value gap, so we'll have to wait. Now, if you're in down here, then that would be a good entry, but okay, we took out some sell side right here. We have a market structure shift through this inversion. We have lots of highs. Let's see if we get either a fair value got made or a retracement. Right here, through these highs. Could we enter it here? Yeah, we could, but it would not be the greatest entry. Let's see if we get a, yep, there's our touch. Stop at the low right there. Okay, the TP. Let's try to get at least a 2-to-1. So we'll just extend it right there. Okay. Oh, there we go. TP hit. Again, if you're on the lower time frame, maybe you're getting a better entry right there. But yeah, it's really consolidated. Really notice that because we had this momentum right here, that's really what's bringing price up here. You have our draw, but that momentum is what's helping the follow through, getting to our actual target. So let's go to the next day. Let's go on the hourly. Okay, so Asia session is consolidated, London session is consolidated. However, London session is acting like a manipulation, so we should be targeting some of the sell side right here. However, price, we're not at the right time yet. So Okay, we took out quite a bit of sell side. Still at 930 right now, 915. Let's see. Okay, we're still have these targets down here. Okay, price took out those targets. Overall, we took out most of the sell side, so we should expect at least a light retracement. Some other things to note is we have this data high right here. However, we do have a lot of fair value gaps in here. Okay, let's see if we could invert this. Okay. The stop loss isn't too crazy right there. Aim for this data high. And then this was a breaker right here with a order block. Okay, so we're pushing through that high, kind of slow. I'm gonna go a break even. Okay, so we're at lunch session. We've made significant progress to our TP. I think if I was in this trade right now, then I'd be wanting to take some position off. I would just be wary that price could come back on us, especially because of how much sell side we have right here. So I would just exit. Okay, so our target hits. No worries, we got a huge chunk of it. That's just how I trade. Don't like to compromise my position by holding it. Okay, let's go into the next day. One more, and then we'll hop on the lower time frame. Okay, so we just had a huge expansion. Price probably exhausted. We just took out sell side. Honestly, I can't 100% tell you where price is going. But took out sell side. I know there's fair value gaps in here holding up price. So let's look for buy side. Okay, we got a fair value gap in here, but we are pushing into this high. I don't really like that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see if we're in relative discount right here. We're inverting this. Let's see if we could go long right here. See what happens. I'd say this inversion, this is a market structure shift. Let's see if we can push up into some of these highs. Okay, it's really choppy. Yeah, we got stopped out there. Overall, I'd say our direction was somewhat correct right here. We were pushing up. Looks like we had a news event right here though. That's fine. Can't win everything. Let's go on to Friday. Okay, so we have a expanded Asia session. London kind of consolidated, but you could tell price is respecting some of these bullish PD arrays. So let's see if we could get a higher time frame shift up here. Okay, let's see if we get a retracement on this small fair value gap. Just missed it. Yeah, that price action sucked. Yeah, wasn't really a great setup. So let's go on to the next week. Okay, so we have a consolidated Asia session. Consolidated London session, I'd say. In some aspects, though, you could say this is pushing lower. But let's just see if we could find buy side. See if price gives us that. Super choppy. Looks like our target got hit though. Yeah, not a single good entry right there. Hardly any fair value gaps. When you see that, that's how you know price is going to be choppy, when there's no fair value gaps. Considering going short right here. I just missed that short entry right there. Trying to hit sell. So we're pushing through this market structure shift, have a bunch of sell side. Probably just aim for that low because it's pretty choppy. Right here, we just come back up. This can be considered a breaker, so this is a unicorn because we have a fair value gap, or the block breaker. Again, this is another one of those trades where if you're trading prop firm, then you're not getting it. But overall, it's just good to see what price is doing. So overall, the AM session, New York session, AM session, right here, Asia session. So it's just good to see right here. New York AM session, Asia is consolidated, London is consolidated. So we're going to retrace whatever Asia did. So Asia traded lower. We took out the sell side. We're taking out buy side. And then we're creating a market maker sell model right here. Because price is so tight and consolidated, there's a lot of buy orders that market makers are going to try to take out right here. Okay, I'm not sure why. I'm just not skipping that. Okay. This looks like a trending Asia session, trending London session. So let's see if we take out this low right here. If we do, then we could consider targeting buy side. One more, and then we'll go to 5 minute. Yeah, it's pretty rough. We're pretty close to our target. Let's see if we come back to this fair value gap. Yeah, it's rough. Let's see if we come back to this area right here. And then we could target London. Yeah, our target was hit. so I'm not interested anymore in that. We still have Asia session, that high. We have a small fair value gap. However, we're kind of in this nested SIBI, so I'm not too crazy about it. All right. Yeah, I'm not double checking news right here, so I'm not sure. But overall, bias is correct right there. It's just we're not getting any entries. Okay, consolidated Asia session. I'm targeting buy side for sure right here. Okay. This would have probably been a good entry. Let's see. Oh no. Looks like that wasn't a good entry, but let's see if we get another entry. Let's go to the next day. Expanding Asia session. London session is expanding. More. Okay, we have lots of buy side. More interested in buy side here. See if we get a momentum push right there. We did. See if we retrace. No retracement. Insane. Still looking for buy side. I'll scalp this if we return to this. Insane. Okay, let's see if we could get a quick scalp in right here. So what I entered off is this inversion. It's rough. Okay. Let's see if we have any other targets. Not really. Okay, so what can we do right here? We could anticipate how far price is going. Let's use this. Same for -2. Oh shoot. Not sure what I did there. Okay, well regardless, price did not expand right there. However, that would have been a break-even trade because we pushed up to this high and I would have set my stop to break even. Man, this price action just shows how rough it is. These last 2 weeks have been insane. So Asia session consolidated. We have lots of sell side and buy side. However, it is Friday. We have lots of sell side right here, so I'm actually no, because we took out Asia low right here. I kind of missed all of this right here, but overall there wasn't any crazy entries. Actually, I would say right here you have these inversions. So you get short right here, stop above here. Overall, you have this breaker price is shifting through here, this inversion. There's just a lot telling you that you're bearish. So because Asia consolidated, London consolidated, we're taking out buy side, I would be bearish right here. And the only entry that I see fit is this right here. But again, we're not getting a lot of silver bullet type trades like your traditional ones where you have a large fair value gap, it retraces. Like, you got to know where price is going. You have to go with the flow of the market if you want to catch some of these trades. And that's why I'm actually making our guide on WAP, where I'm showing you guys how am I finding my bias, which I already showed you a bunch of clues, but it's even in more detail. And I'm showing you, for instance, this Asia session model, where I'm breaking down accumulation, manipulation, distribution, and then we have a continuation model which goes through New York AM session. But overall, I'm showing you guys what to anticipate from the day, where it's going to go, what PD arrays to use, and then how are we entering. But this was a very simple, very short back testing. I hope you guys learned something. Catch you guys in the next video.